came out here, I went to the car wash. Driving to the car wash, it was raining. Washed the car, rinsed it, waxed it, rinsed it. Then I drove here to the lake in Keota. And now the car's all dirty. It's not bad. Check it out. I usually come out here and there's usually a lot of campers set up and people. There's not anybody out here. I was gonna take some pictures of the car out by the lake. That gets kind of boring. Sort of. I've had smoked some cigarettes. Walk around. I'll walk up this way. I don't want to walk too far because I'm old and disabled. I just woke up, man. I got up, I went and bought an energy drink, and then I went to the car wash. Ain't done nothing. There's people further down that way, camping, way off over there. And I seen a car off that way when I pulled in. It's a good place to explore, but you gotta watch out for snakes in this area. But truthfully, sometimes you be camping or sitting and deer will walk across from off the mountain and stuff like that. There's a couple islands out there. If you had a boat, you go out there and mess around. It's completely stock engine on my car. And as soon as I pulled in, I don't know why, I imagined myself making a video. I was like, didn't plan to. And I was like, no, just tell them about it. And I was like, it's a 2003 Chevy Malibu. Basic. It's not a luxury sedan, it's just a regular sedan. 3.1 liter, 3.2 liter V6. It's like a grandma car. Gotta put a body kit and rims on. But when I pulled in over there, and I was just gonna park it out in that parking lot where all the kids around here get in trouble. They all do donuts right there. And I was like, well, I'll take a picture of the car there in the middle of all the donuts. This far away, I can hear that racing fan. It's the only way to get one of them cars to run cold, I guess. But I imagined myself, when I sat there, I was like, well, I don't know, I was going to take a picture, and I was like, telling more about it, what I planned. Kind of the route I went with the Buick, I assumed that I would slowly add aftermarket parts and like an aftermarket tachometer and racing radiator, maybe turbo and stuff. And that's what I was sitting here thinking. I'm probably going to do that. But I kind of love the way that car looks, black and tan, because that's the color of the interior, black and tan. But I assume I put a wing on the back, a little one, or like a big giant one that's like that big. No, just like a normal sport wing. I don't know why, but I envision it kind of like a I'd say the Need for Speed, Fast and Furious idea, they say, a wing that has two brackets and an actual wing. But initially I envisioned it more like one of them Mitsubishi Eclipses that has a wing that goes up like that, then down. I don't know, attacked by bees. But to get more in depth about what I'm planning, interior gauge pods, and then I was like, I could see it with a big old honking, scary Summit Racing tachometer, even though stock has a tach, but my tach is broken, so that's what I was gonna say. I'm probably gonna go ahead and start fixing the car up to maintain its daily value as a daily driver, and all them energy drink cans in there. I think it could use a makeover, but it's not a bad car. I am enjoying it. It seems to be reliable. The fan kicked off. I drove to Fayetteville, Arkansas to go to a wedding. I don't want to sit in the car. I want to sit out here. I drove to Fayetteville from Oklahoma, and as soon as I pulled into town up by the college, for one, the speed limit was 40 or 35. I didn't know, and I was keeping up with traffic going up the hill. I was like, this seems pretty fast, and I looked, we were doing 50 miles an hour, and I looked over the car next to me and read the speed limit sign, and I slowed down. But that's probably why it overheated, the hills and shiz. My fan had kicked off and didn't come back on, so when I did get the car home, I wired it up to a toggle. It's supposed to be a pretty good car. Oh, then it cost me like $100 in gas, like bullshitting, because I was going for the ride to go to Fayetteville. Stopped at the gas station, got food, stuff like that. Wasting money that if in the event I broke down, I would really need. As soon as I spent it all, then it broke down. So then I had to pay my dad to tow it home. I love this lake. When I was a kid, we always went to the other lakes, and then sometimes we'd come out here and be like fishing. So many soda pop cans. And you blame the people that are here. This is the bad part about this part of the lake. It comes down the Arkansas River and fills this up. But on that side, it's still the Arkansas River, Arkansas-Oklahoma River that turns into Mississippi or whatever. 3/4 of the trash that's along the shore is washed up trash. So it's kind of like not bitching at patrons or visitors to somebody like, yeah, it calls patrons. I don't know. Donations for camping someplace usually, and I forgot what the hell I was gonna say. I don't normally blame the campers for pop bottles, because most of them out that way are washed up. But Boy Scouts come out here a lot, like for scout stuff. earn their badges, and they clean up the park a whole bunch, and do a real good job all the time. I make sure I got a whole back seat full, trust me, of energy drinks. I only got two. The other's the empty, one of my friends' Coca-Cola cans. We'll get in here, get a cigarette going. I'm not gonna do nothing crazy because they got I wouldn't say a good feeling, but this car sometimes just like, it just loses power, like, because it has 3 coils. And the battery has to run all 3 coils, but because it has 3 and it's cross spark, the spark from one cylinder actually, the way it's designed, the motor actually can ignite the other cylinder to make it more efficient or slightly less or something. It makes more heat, but it does its job. Remembering what the hell I was gonna say. I don't want to shut it off because whenever it's slightly warm and I shut it off, it needs new injectors and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna do any burnouts or donuts because I trust it, but I've still got weird feelings like I'll break down out here and be screwed for the rest of the day. Well, I wanted to just walk around a bit because my back was hurting. I just woke up, and that's how I imagine my route to a better life. It's just like, fuck this, I'm going somewhere. For real, so, ta-da! Getting better one step at a time. Sucks. That was pretty nice. You walk up in here. Sometimes it's mode. Sometimes, like, weirdly, you'll laugh, but I've seen people with their RVs and, like, because they park all right here and all off in there. When I was younger, I seen a dude, like, he pulled up, he set up his camp off on one side, and then he left. He came back with his lawnmower, and he spent the whole day mowing. And then when he got done, he sat down and was drinking like a root beer, and all the kids were playing in the grass. This park to me is like a community park. It only gets better if you slowly make it better, and it definitely gets worse if you make it worse. That's why I love it. I don't know why it has a home feel to it, but it's also scary movie-ish, so it's pretty cool. The scariest place for me in this lake has 2 spots. One is down there, and the other's off that way. Both of them kind of got a little bit of a walk off into the what's it called, where there's a outshoot, bar. They call them bars that stick out into the water. So there's like a little bar there. And we were kids, like 5'4", 3.5, 4, 5 foot tall. Just being this close, the giant snake could catch you. So we fucking would walk out here and test some manhood, and us together, we would walk out to this bar to prove we weren't scared. And then on the way back, I was like, no, it's not. It was for an adventure. I loved it so much. It's weird. But me and Doug, Doug's the name of my friend that I give him rides to town. That's our real relationship was. He'd give me like $5 or $10 to run him around town in my car, and he'd do his shopping, check his mail, stuff like that. We kind of became friends, and we were talking about a camping trip, about going to Robber's Cave, and there's other campgrounds around here. That's sort of how I've been thinking. I want to, you know, in a safe distance, in case like emergency and stuff in the middle of May. I said March, but I meant to say May in my other video. And I think it'll be fun. But what I want to do is, Doug had he had like 3 or 4 bicycles, and he up and gave me one of his 26-inch 20 speeds. He gave me like it's like a mountain bike, but it's built like a long distance cross country bike. Weirdly, the tires on it, training bike, I guess. But for fun, that's sort of what I was thinking. This is a loop, and I'm gonna drive around it here in a minute. I'll show you, and then I'll probably end the video, because my back hurts now more. Good back pain, yeah. You don't have to worry about that shit. Yeah, well, I've been thinking, because when we were kids, we would ride in circles around the track and field. There's a football field in the town I live in that has a track around it. And for exercise, we would ride around that. They built a new thing in that town. It has kind of a trail. But as far as like the type of exercise my body really, really needs, this place is pretty quiet. And if I drove by 10 times on a bicycle, the neighbors probably wouldn't freak out on me so much, and people who are out here. So I've been thinking about loading the bike up. I thought I'd come check it out and see how the roads look. And I figured I'll start riding the bike. I did what I wanted to do. I got to walk around. The heater's on in the car. It's 100 degrees in here. I'll take you around the block. It's pretty nice. about it. So I was thinking, as far as jogging and walking and stuff like that. I was thinking where I'm at, I had about a full tank. I got about 1/8 of a tank, but I probably only used 1/16 of a tank to get here. And I've been thinking it might be extracurricular. I get some exercise. I had some videos from like 5 years ago, and this mountain is where I rode my dirt bike. I love it. Yeah, I do.